Hello, my name is Larissa, and today I'm taking you on a tour of some of Kitsilano's special back lanes. Here we go. So we're starting off in the back alley behind the director's house. Some of what you'll see is very unique to this part of Vancouver, and some of it is pretty ordinary. And here we have some flowers and shrubs spilling out over the back lane. Isn't this gorgeous? Check out those flowers. You don't see this in all back lanes. This would be a great place for a little photo shoot.
Yeah, yeah, that's good. Do kind of whatever you want. A little bit like this, maybe. There you go.
Now we're going to continue on. And it gets even better. We're coming up to a tennis court right here, nestled comfortably between two buildings, and with a view of the mountains and the ocean. You don't really see many tennis courts in a back lane. It's too hazy to see the mountains right now, but on a clear day, you get a beautiful, unobstructed view of the North Shore Mountains and even English Bay and the West End in the background. I wouldn't mind playing some tennis here myself. It's got a nice neighborly feel to it. Even though Kitsilano is developing like any other part of Vancouver, there's still some nice touches that make it feel like the history and the culture are really front and center. And here we are at the end of the block at the back of a historical building. We'll check out the front in a moment, but how many back lanes have a building built in 1910? We're approaching the end of the block now, and wow, is that lawn ever dry. Looks like it hasn't got any water for months. So now we're coming up to the front of this heritage building. And here we are at the front of the heritage building. It's a bit hard to make out, but you can see that the building was built in 1910, and it used to be a Presbyterian school. And just over there in the background, you can barely make out Stanley Park. If it weren't for the haze, you'd be able to see a beautiful, clear view of the mountains and the ocean in the background. But because of the forest fires, we don't get to see that unobstructed view. One downside of living in a province with so many forests is that you get forest fires sometimes, especially in the heat of summer. Now we're crossing Vine Street and getting ready for block 2 of our back lanes adventure. Here we are in the lane, and looking out, we're seeing another angle of English Bay and the North Shore. In the summertime, this is a great spot to watch the fireworks. In the 1960s, Kitsilano was a hippie paradise, often compared to the Haight-Ashbury neighborhood of San Francisco. Nowadays, it's become a home for young urban professionals and is the home of global athletic wear brand Lululemon Athletica. Even so, here and there, you can still see some vestiges of that hippie counterculture that I hold so dear to my heart. And now we're coming up on a trailer. It's an adorable, round little trailer that I would just love to take on an adventure. It looks super cozy on the inside. So here's a good look at the trailer. Imagine how cute it would look next to a cabin in the woods by the side of a lake. Or maybe you want to take it all the way down to the Grand Canyon. I think this little trailer could go really far. We have some gorgeous patio gardens over here. Seems like people that live in Kitsilano really have a love and appreciation for nature. As with every back lane, you see some garbage and some things that people are giving out for free. There's something about the back lanes in Kitsilano that just have a little extra charm. Maybe it's the mix of the new and the old coming together, or Kitsilano's rich history of environmental activism and the arts. But it seems like people that choose to call Kitsilano home really value community. Oh, I love the vines that are growing here. Who doesn't love a vine wall? And now we're coming up to the back of an apartment building that's getting completely rebuilt. I wonder what it will look like once the renovations are done. One thing I love about Kitsilano is that there's not a lot of those brand new tall skyscraper type buildings. The residential buildings are kept relatively low. And now we're crossing U Street. Have you ever noticed that a lot of Kitsilano's street names are named after trees? Looking east, if it weren't for the haze, you'd get a view of Granville Street Bridge and the skyscrapers in the background. This is an area that's undergoing a lot of development and growth right now. Ooh, ivy! I love a good ivy wall. There's just something so romantic about how ivy climbs over anything that's in its path. And this one is so dense. Look at these leaves, so big. Personally, I like the smaller ivy leaves. I think they're more cute. But this block has a lot of ivy hedges. I think I'd like to have an ivy hedge in my own house someday. And now the lane is getting a little bit steep. And that's another thing that I like about Kitsilano. There's hills sometimes. The topography is pretty interesting. We're coming up to Arbutus Street now. Is it any surprise that it's another tree's name? And here we have a cute little lawn with a dog no pooping sign. You know, you don't see many lawns like this. Such a well-manicured little lawn looking out over a back lane. And now we're walking uphill in block 4 of our tour. And we have some really nice patios here. This one's got a hammock and a nice wooden table and some geraniums that are looking so bright. As we walk more along these back lanes, you'll be able to see the real diversity of housing structures and how old and new come together. Take a look at that tall, skinny tree. It's kind of nice. Oh, it's actually a telephone pole with vines growing over it. Looks really nice beside that lighter colored tree. Now we're crossing U in the westbound direction. So a great place to look for furniture pieces is the back alleys of Kitsilano. We've just passed a pretty decent looking TV stand. I know for a fact that furniture shopping is expensive. Even used furniture can be expensive, especially if you're moving and having to pay for moving costs. Sometimes it's easier to just not take your furniture when you move. That's why I love scavenging for furniture in back alleys. It's kind of fun too. Oh, that's a nice fence. Maybe it's been recently varnished, but the wood almost looks like it glows. I think the smoke is diffusing the light and giving it a yellowish tint. makes everything seem super warm. I'm just gonna admire your scooter and
Sure thing.
shove some lines of dialogue about it. Oh, some books too. And he's a reader.
I'm a reader. Hi, my name's Christoph Kesting. I live here in Kitsilano, and a few months ago I bought this lovely Vespa. The Vespa, similar to the architecture of Kitsilano, hasn't really changed much in years, so I appreciate that about my Vespa. And the leather seat, of course, is important, I think.
Anything you want to say about it? How fast does it go?
It goes. It's 150 cc's, which means it goes fast enough to go on the big highways. Which also means that it's a small bike in a big world on a big highway, and so it can be a little nerve-wracking.
Plus, it's a conversation starter.
Thankfully, yes.
Wrap it up with whatever you want to.
Where are you taking it to next? What's your next ride?
The next ride. Well, you're welcome to take the helmet, and if you want to take it for a tour, just go for it. It's
that's
simple
amazing.
And safe. I have no plans. I'm gonna go traveling tonight, so I'll be back in a few weeks, and then hopefully the smoke will be cleared out, and I'll take it back down to Jericho, back down to Spanish Banks, maybe North Shore.
Kitsilano has a diversity of interesting characters. Lots of great finds in the form of books, furniture, people, you name it. And now we're crossing Vine. And we've just started on block 5, and behind me you can see Stanley Park. It's obscured a little bit today because of the smoke, but this is a great spot that people come to watch fireworks at because it's less crowded than English Bay. Another thing about the fireworks is if you live right here, why would you bother going down to English Bay? When the fireworks are going on, this place is absolutely packed with people sitting on top of their cars, packed in like sardines trying to get a good view of the fireworks. And who can blame them? It's a great spot with a great view. Even on a day like this, there's something in the air that just feels like it's a community. And we've got such beautiful roses over here at this apartment building. There's a lot of neat backyard gardens here. It's kind of cool to see people express their creativity. We're crossing Balsam now and heading into block 7 of our tour. We have an adorable doggy over here. And some more beautiful foliage. And behind me you see a lovely sun deck. Now you don't see that behind every back alley, a lovely sun deck looking out over the alley. And if you look there, you'll see some white curtains. Now this person had a smart idea. They can keep cool during the hot summer months, and then they can open the curtains and have their view whenever they want. We're coming up to a cute little trailer. Here we are in front of the trailer. I can just picture it next to a lake or by the ocean. I would love to just wake up to the sound of waves slapping onto the beach. We've only moved about 30 feet, and look, there's another one. What are the chances? I guess people here really like going on weekend getaways. Well, we're in our final block of our tour now. Almost done. I've really been impressed with the diversity and the scenery of the back lanes so far. The back lanes are also a great alternative to the sidewalks and the roads if you want to do some rollerblading, biking, skateboarding, jogging, maybe riding your scooter even. Now here's something you don't see very often. Here we have a fisheye mirror that drivers coming in and out of the garage use to check if there's traffic in the alleyway. But it also doubles as a nice mirror to check your tennis outfit before playing a game. Looking good. I'm gonna start jogging now. I wouldn't mind doing this every day. A nice jog through some lovely lanes. Maybe play some tennis with a friend. Say hi to some nice neighborhood doggies. Maybe pick up some free furniture along the way. There seems to be a lot of it around here. Maybe even go for a nice ride on a Vespa. He did say I was welcome to use it any time. So we're coming to the end of our tour now. I've seen a lot of free stuff, but nothing that I'd actually want to own. But maybe I'll get lucky? We're crossing Balsam now, on our way back to our director's apartment. And in the background, some people are concerned about an injured mouse. Oh, are those cushions free? Oh, they are. They're exactly what I wanted. Oh, and a bag too. Wow, my lucky day. Oh, these are perfect. They're gonna go so nicely on that white couch. Can't wait to have guests over now. Oh my gosh, and a free card too? Are you serious?
Hey, that's my car.